Making some sweet cornbread to go with our black eyed peas and ham. And we're also going to be making some honey butter. Some sweetened honey butter to go with our sweet cornbread. Okay, so first we're making a double batch. So you're going to want to melt 1 cup, that's 2 sticks of butter in a glass dish here, which I would suggest covering it because I use the microwave to melt it. You could also use your skillet. We're going to be baking it in this extra large cast iron skillet. You could bake this into 2 smaller skillets. You could melt your butter in this and then pour it into your pan. Then you'd already have your pan greased for your cornbread. But I chose to do it the hard way. We put it in the microwave. Okay, so to your 1 cup of melted butter here, you're going to be adding 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking soda. And now we're going to need the eggs. We're going to need 4 eggs. It really doesn't matter which order you put your ingredients into. I just like to do the eggs first. Then if you get an eggshell in there, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. There we go. No shells. Look at that. Okay, so you got 4 eggs. And we're going to need 1 cup of Masa harina corn flour. Super refined corn flour. It's just white corn and salt. Or no, it's just white corn and a tiny touch of lime. That's for the preservatives. It's exactly the same ingredients, except instead of a little bit of salt like regular cornmeal, it has a tiny bit of lime. Both are preservatives. Then we're going to add 2 cups of regular white flour. Okay. Then we're going to check what this child is doing in the freezer. Mix this together just slightly, enough to beat those eggs up a little bit. And then we're going to add, there we go. Now let's get the milk and the sugar in there. All right, and now we're going to add in 2 cups of milk and 2 cups of sugar. Okay, and then we're going to combine this really well. You don't want to use an electric beater for this, or it might beat the eggs too much. Just want to mix by hand. Oh, mix well. Then we're gonna we have our oven preheating to 350 degrees. We're gonna bake this for about 30 to 40 minutes. Since my cast iron is already getting a little bit warmed up sitting on the stovetop there, it might be just a little less. So we're gonna check it at 30 minutes. While that's baking, we'll mix up that honey butter. And this will be lumpy, so don't worry about trying to get all the lumps out. It's not going to happen. But you want to get most of the lumps out, but not all the lumps out. Maybe. I think we're going to need a whisk. There we go. All that cold milk is making that butter harden up already. Let's pour that into our skillet, which is also already oiled. All right, we're going to put this in the oven for 30 minutes. Okay, see you in 30 minutes. All right, after 30 minutes, this is how our cornbread looks. So light and fluffy. Look at that, it smells so good. Okay, we've got 2 sticks of room temperature butter here and a mixer. We're going to mix this butter up real quick by itself first. And then we're going to slowly add some honey. Just a couple of spoonfuls at a time. Okay, let's taste it and see if it's sweet enough. Oh no, it needs more. Okay, now we're going to add in a little bit of vanilla and some powdered sugar. First, a dash of vanilla. Ooh, not too awfully much. Mix that in. Just mix it. Mix at each interval. Now we're going to add about a quarter of a cup of powdered sugar. Okay. Now, let's see how that turned out. Oh, that's so good. All right, now we're going to put that into a pretty little serving bowl so we can have some with dinner. Look at that. Super moist cornbread. Yes.